Nice.
Boom! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Thursday Therapy.
Hello.
I hope everybody's having a good time and enjoying themselves. Most of all, staying warm. It's starting to get cold and staying healthy.
It's
Uh,
no warm here.
I just got done with coronavirus and it was not fun. First things first. Thanks to Raise Energy and Rep Sports for sponsoring this channel and allowing me to be an ambassador for the company and helping get their name out.
Thank you, Race.
Kicking out. Use code 12B Combat GMR at checkout for up to 15%, or possibly sometimes even more, depending on what you buy, of a discount. So, with that out of the way, so Anthony and I were just talking about kind of things we want to talk about, and the first subject we're going to go over is actually how to start working on your Social Security. A lot of us, probably about 85% of us, work through going through the claims on getting our disability properly, especially through the VA. And a lot of guys don't realize they can double dip. Guys like Anthony and I, we actually are working on double dipping in the system. I collect the Social Security check every month, and I also collect the Veterans Benefits check every month. I'm 100% through the VA, and I'm also fully and eternally disabled through the Social Security system. So, with those two things, right off the bat, I've already started talking your ear off. Anthony, go ahead and take it away on what your process looked like when you went to go through Social Security.
Sure. Mine was a little backwards. Traditionally, you go through the VA, then you go to Social Security. Mine, I actually went Social Security, then VA. How that happened was VA was really backed up and really no one wanted to deal with the VA back in 2012, 2013, 14. So what happened is I went Social Security route and I used my military paperwork from the Med Board and used that for my Social Security claim, and they approved it. I mean, it really wasn't that much of a hassle. I had all my documentation from the Army. That's all they needed. I did a interview on the. Actually, I had to get an attorney, and then I did the interview on the phone, and that was it.
Yeah, so
They approved it right away because, of course, of my medical conditions I had in the Army. I was discharged with 18 medical conditions, 2 non-retainable. So
so he went through
it
the
was
easier
actually quite a
route.
pleasant.
He definitely went through the easier route. So my process took a lot longer than it should have. So I originally filed for Social Security about 3 years ago. I want to say 3.5 years ago, because I wanted to work on my VA stuff first to get my VA benefits, and then I finally realized you could double dip, and so I turned in my paperwork, and I got denied 4 times before they allowed me to go to
Oh,
a.
sorry, I was denied once. Sorry, I got denied once.
So
Yeah,
so everybody gets denied the first time. If you get denied or if you get accepted the first time, then you're really messed up. Like that's where
yeah.
that's where people have lost limbs. That's where people, that are missing actual body parts or have a severe condition where they can't sit up or stand, things like that. You know, completely physically, and it's 100% obvious that they cannot provide. Um
Even that being said, though, I heard of someone who was missing a limb, still got denied. So
yeah.
if you
So
are missing a limb, you get denied. Don't worry, it's
most of the
normal.
time you're gonna get denied the first time. Don't get discouraged right away. And for a while there, I actually didn't even get a lawyer. So I went through the first couple times, and I got denied. Kept on sending it in. Sent in more paperwork every time. And then about a year, I want to say, after I submitted my documentation the first time, I finally got offered the chance to go talk to the judge. Went to the court date, brought a fellow battle buddy with me that kind of knew it, and he worked with the VA on a lot of that shit. And so I took him with me. The judge looked directly at me and said, "Hey, go get an attorney off the record. Go get an attorney." So I turned around and got me an attorney. Finally, this was last November. I had my court date. I went and got my court date done, and the judge, they go through your whole doc. And when you go to court, they go through everything that you've filed for, all of your injuries, all of your medical issues that you might have, and they talk to a vocational rehab guy.
Mhm.
And they go, all right, so with this disability, with these limitations on what this person can do, what job could they qualify for? And when the judge asked the guy that, the voc rehab guy goes, I can't find any job that he can work. And at that point, the judge goes, all right, sounds like we're done here. Sounds like our job's done. And they won't tell you at the court date if they're gonna approve you or not. That's the most stressful thing, because they won't tell you. And so I went to the court, and 2 months later, I got a letter in the mail stating that I got approved for my Social Security. And then it was 6 months after that that I finally got my back pay, and they backdated it 2 years. So that's how I ended up buying my Nissan Skyline. Uh, but it can be a process, guys. It took me almost 3 years to get my Social Security. Sometimes you can be like Anthony, who after your first denial, you get approved right away.
You're a lot more eloquent in the explanation. So you reminded me of a lot of things that happened on my journey too. I did go see a judge, but I did have a lawyer. Same situation. The vocational rehab person was there. Mine took about 6 months, so not as long as Adam's, but yeah, had a cool judge though.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I think he was in prior military. He had the haircut.
See, my judge was prior military too, but he was tired of military guys trying to fake the system.
Well, when you look at our files,
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those things. It's like, all right, look at our stuff. Look at, and I had already been 100% unemployable through the VA for like 2 years at that point. So I'd already been fully medically retired, been getting my paycheck every month, my retirement check, and so. But it was finally time. It was like, all right, hey. Sorry. Finally I need to get all of my stuff, all my ducks in a row so that, I can make sure that I have that secondary income.
Also to add on that, to claim Social Security, what was it? I was talking about this prior, remember? There's a thing that came out, a battle buddy of mine from the Marines told me about. It's an upgrade to your discharge. If you are discharged from medical and you're diagnosed with PTSD, there's something available through the VA. They will automatically upgrade your discharge status to medical. If you're diagnosed with PTSD prior to whatever trouble you got in, if you got in, bad conduct, or if you got a general, there is a form out there. I don't know if it's new, but I just heard of it, so it's new to me.
Yeah, so we're gonna work on that and get that information out there. So that's going to be pretty amazing and pretty awesome. And just to give some updates on the channel. So Anthony and I have been working on getting some of the bigger names out there. We're going to start. I can't exactly say who we're getting on here yet. But Anthony and I have been working on getting some other people on here. So you don't just have to see our ugly mugs. But ultimately, what my hope, and I know what Anthony's hope is in the next couple months, probably after Christmas time, I'm gonna come out there and move his ass out here.
Go to Utah.
Yep. So that way, our discussions will be sitting side by side instead of over video. It'll make things a little bit easier. It'll make things a lot better. Because again, he needs to get him and his family out here. Because Utah is a much better place to raise a family than La Habra, California, than freaking Orange County, California. So we're going to work together and get him out here so that his daughter can be around good people, so that he can be around good people, especially with him in recovery still.
Also, it's a fact. I think it's a fact that when battle buddies live together after service, they're close together, keep that communication going, that socialization going, you do a lot better in life. I know I do. Like if me and Adam were in the same vicinity, we'd see each other daily, like we did when we were in the service. We interact, and that would make our lives a lot easier and better because it's easier to relate to someone that's been there, or even anybody in uniform that you're friends with afterwards.
Yep.
It's just a hell of a lot easier. It's one of those things you can't really explain, but it just is.
Yeah. So a year and a half ago, I lived in LA. Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, I lived in
Yeah.
LA, and I'd go down probably. I would try at least once a month, if not more, to go down to La Habra, and we'd do shit. Fourth of July is a rough holiday for any vet, especially with PTSD.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of interesting because you celebrate, Fourth of July with explosions. You celebrate the freedom that our brothers and sisters died for, with the explosions that caused us to go off. But
And the rocket's red glare.
yeah, and for us, it's. And so what did I do one month or one Fourth of July? I hit him up and I said, "Hey, let's go to the casino."
Woo!
Me and him went to the casino. I got a 7-card 21 and made $1,000 on a play. It
That
was
awesome.
it was
awesome.
it was one hell of a time. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and so ultimately, it's like if you're struggling, especially with mental health, that's something that Anthony and I know very well about struggling with our mental health. It's kind of what really holds us back nowadays to being quote unquote normal people is the mental blocks and the mental issues that we have. And one thing that both of us learned was having that constant brotherhood around. It helped. So it's one of the reasons why I'm getting Anthony to move out here. He needs to get his butt out here. If anybody wants to help, let me know. Heck, we can even start a GoFundMe account to get his butt out here. I don't care. But no, it's one of those things that, like, it'll help so many situations just be a lot easier on both of us having that brotherhood. And of course, he's gonna be staying here and living with me for a little bit until we get him on his feet, which I've got a big enough place.
Guy in the couch.
He's got a couch. I've got a spare bedroom with 3 beds in it, so his daughter and my kids can all share a room, for a while, whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna get him on his feet, and that's what's important ultimately. Overall, anything, Anthony and I want to get that 22 a day number down. That's the whole goal of these podcasts, of these Thursday therapy videos, is to get that 22 a day down. I've heard research that it's down to like 21.3 a day on average. How you get a 0.3 of a person? How you get a 0.3 of a person? I'm not sure. Maybe a guy who's missing all 4 limbs or something. I don't know. But
Soldier.
yeah, but we want to get that number down to 15, 12, 11, 10.
0 would be great, but
0 would be amazing, but we know it's unrealistic. That's why I'm not saying 0. We know it's unrealistic. He and I have both been there. He and I have both been to that thought process of maybe it's easier. Maybe pulling that trigger, maybe moving that knife, maybe popping those pills.
Maybe things would be better. Maybe
Yeah.
be better for everybody else. We've been down that path.
Yep, we both have, and it's something nobody likes to talk about, but that's why we're here. We're gonna talk about these issues. We're gonna talk about those harder issues, those plot points that nobody wants to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
The reality of things. Suicide happens. Suicide happens. And among the veteran community, it's one of the largest things. Veterans come home from deployment and they have what's called Superman syndrome. And they just went through hell and back, and then they realize, I can't do that again right now. And they end their lives.
Or you have loss of purpose when you
Yep.
get out.
Yep.
You no longer have a reason to get up in the morning, put on that uniform. What do you represent when you get out? Yourself.
So one of the things that have helped me a lot throughout my life in the last couple of years, come here, is this guy.
Hey, puppy.
So this right here is my service dog, Ray. He is a turd, an asshole,
Ray.
and
Hi, Ray.
he likes to get into a lot of trouble. But the minute I say, Ray, I need you, he cuddles right into my arms, and he understands what he needs to do. Those of you that struggle but don't really know avenues of approach on how to get service animals, having a service animal helps give you that purpose. Like, as weird as that sounds, it's another creature that needs you as much as you need them.
That's a battle buddy.
Exactly. And so, like, he makes me get up in the morning to take him outside. That's enough to get you out of bed.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of people are like, but you have kids, you have this, you have that. You think about that kind of stuff, and it's like, what would? But you got to think, and those of us that have those issues, it's how good would their life be without me? You know, because you
Would
think,
life be better?
yeah, would life be better? That's kind of how life is. You know, it's how life. It's the bad negative sides of being a veteran. Is yeah, there's a lot of badass shit we go through. There's never a moment where you'll be more badass than being out there in the kill zone.
Yeah.
Putting on that uniform, wearing that body armor, sitting there taking flak back and forth. But
Sweating.
yeah. Oh, sweating your balls off completely. And when you get out, you realize I've peaked. I've hit that peak. You know,
I did. I remember I did. I went through a long struggle with that.
yeah, a lot of us hit that peak at, 22, 23 years old when that stuff's going down. And it's like, okay, now that you're out, and especially those of us that can't really hold jobs because of our mental stability, our physical stability, things like that. Because my biggest thing is I can't hold down a regular job. I can't just call into work and say, hey, bad day, I can't come in. I'll get fired over that.
Yeah.
You know?
I tried.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I tried with the gas company and couldn't do it.
Yeah, we both tried. I mean, heck, I worked doing concrete finishing for a year. And while that was fun, and lucky for me, it was under the table, so it wasn't a huge deal, whatever happened. But I would, yeah, every once in a while, I'd have to call my boss, who, thank goodness, he was a pretty good guy, would understand, hey, I can't come into work today. But, so ultimately, like, we want to go over, and anybody needs help, you can shoot an email to the email that I've set up, which is 12bcombatgamer@gmail.com. Shoot an email. We're willing to help anybody we can. I've got a Facebook page for the channel. Just look up 12B Combat Gamer. Shoot us a DM on there, and Anthony's gonna have access to that page as well. So if there's any question you want him to answer versus me, or vice versa, we're gonna be able to help anybody out. Like, we're one team, one fight.
Exactly. All branches.
It doesn't matter. Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, whatever, Air Force.
We'll allow the Coast Guard. We'll allow them.
Yeah, a lot of us do, but I've got a really close friend out here that's a Coast Guard vet, and
I got a friend who was a Coast Guard too.
he was a part of the rescue teams that jump out of helicopters. Like, he's been through some crazy shit, and it's like, those of us don't ever really think about those guys because they don't go into combat.
They battle drug lords on the daily.
But yeah, they go out in the freaking boats and kick ass and take names without combat pay.
Or hazard pay, or
yeah,
separation
at least
pay.
we made $200 a month in combat and hazard duty pay. But it doesn't matter what branch you're in. It doesn't matter what branch you were in. If you raised your right arm to serve this country, and you're having issues, and you're having placement issues, pride issues, senses of peaking, not sure what to do with your life, hit us up. Let us know what we can do to help push that degree, because both of us have been there. We've both been in those moments. And for me, it was finding this channel. This channel started off as just a gaming channel because all I was doing with my life was hopping on the computer and playing video games for 9 hours a day. I got some back pay. I got me a nice computer. I got me a nice microphone. I got me a webcam. And I started streaming it. And it's not that big yet. Hopefully it will be. And then a couple months ago, I started getting in my head that, I've got a lot of knowledge. And it was right as Anthony got clean. And he hit me up and goes, and so I'm like, hey, we both have a lot of knowledge. Let's start this business. Let's start this progressive style together to where we can help people. Because that's what both of us have always wanted to do. Was
ever since I got out, I've been looking for a way to do this. And
yeah.
Here comes Adam.
Help other brothers, help other family out, because we're a family. It's not friends. It's not coworkers. We're a freaking family, guys. We care about one another in a way nobody else could ever understand, and
That's
that's
why we hug so much.
exactly. And
We do. We do.
it's why we have the issues we do, is because we struggle with with finding that relationship again. You can't just go to a bar and meet some guys or meet some girls and just be like, "Hey, how's it going? I was in the military." Yeah, the women might cream all over you, but but nobody will understand in that bar unless they were there. No, but the guys that you served with, the guys that you've shaken hands with and given big old hugs to, that's your family. And
Little good game.
oh, always having a good game and a thanks coach afterwards, But Anthony and I want this channel to. It has nothing to do with the monetization, and I want people to understand that. And I've gotten a lot of people that have asked if it's about the money. No, heck, I have not drawn a penny from this channel yet, and it's been open now for 9 months.
I didn't even know we could.
Yeah. Like, will the money be nice? Yeah, but I guarantee you, 80% of every penny that any of these episodes make are gonna go to places: Wounded Warrior Project, the VA funds, Pause with the Cause. I guarantee you that the money that comes to this channel and the little bit extra that we take is only going to benefit the channel. Things like upgrades, maybe eventually renting out an actual studio, so I'm not doing this from my bedroom. Things like that. Like, if it ever comes down to it, to where we kick off and get big enough, every penny is going to go into the channel and into helping people, because that's what the purpose of this is going towards.
We already have our income, so I don't need the extra. He doesn't need the extra. It's all for you guys.
Exactly. We survive. We might not live the rich lives that we always wanted. Neither one of us will ever make a six-figure income. And we know this. When we raised our right arm, we knew we were never going to make a six-figure income in life. But, and if it ever came down to this channel does make a six-figure income, hell yes. That just means that that's even more people we can help.
Yep.
And again, we might do things for each other. It might be hey, thanks to the help of this channel, Anthony just bought his own house. Adam just bought his own house. Things like that. So, like, of course, we might spend enough money to what we need to, but it's not going to be to buy elegant cars, doing crazy, stupid shit. No. Did I buy my Skyline? Yeah, I bought that with my Social Security money, because that's I accomplished things in life. That was I came home from deployment alive car. But, like, so if anybody ever questions what we do with any kind of monetization, which we haven't hit that peak yet. I need 1,000 hours viewed, and we need at least 100 subscribers.
At least.
We're not there yet before YouTube monetizes us. So Twitch, we're close. Twitch, all we need is a few more people that watch the videos or watch the live streams. But every penny that we make off of here is going to be going towards supporting us, getting our channel bigger, and then supporting our fellow brothers and sisters. And another thing, my sister and brother-in-law actually breed boxers, and they just had a litter, and half of them are going to Pause with the Cause
Nice.
to help veterans. Yeah, to help anybody that needs a service dog. So if you guys ever have any questions, let me know. They do breed the dogs pretty often. They almost always have a litter of puppies running around. It's adorable. Really adorable. You show up and you see 6 little puppies running around at all times of the year. Because they have like 4 females and 3 males and stuff that are constantly coming in and out. But yeah, so we just want to give a quick rundown of kind of how things are going to go and progress today. So as time keeps going, we hope to get this channel big. We want it to get big. We want it to get known, because we want people to get the information they need, and we are going to talk about the subjects that people don't talk about. We're going to talk about the harder things. We're going to talk about the fact that yes, yes, people have been shot at. Yes, war is real. We're also going to bring but we're also going to bring the happier side of shit. You know, when you're in war and you're running around and you get almost completely butt ass naked and run through the tent to make people laugh. You know, stupid shit.
Or you're in the motor pool and you get that that wedge for the vehicles. You put a piece of board and you jump off a Connex. See if you can launch someone else from the other end. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Stuff like that.
We're gonna talk about the stupid things. We're gonna talk about the fun things, but our main goal is to talk about the harder things that nobody talks about. Everybody hears about stories, but they never hear about the realities of what we go through when we get out. Thank You for Your Service was one of the greatest movies that I've ever seen because Hollywood almost got it right.
Good movie.
Hollywood almost got it right when it comes to what soldiers go through. So
The Outpost. Have you seen that yet? The Outpost is pretty much exactly how it is.
Yep.
That is Afghanistan right there.
Yep. And a lot of people dwell on the negatives. A lot of us dwell on the negatives. But I guarantee you, the only thing that helps Anthony and I get through life is the fact that we talk to each other about the positives too.
Yep.
We're there to talk about the negatives to each other and how shitty sometimes it was, but we never leave the phone sad. We always make sure we are keeping each other laughing because there was good. And people need to realize that. There was a lot of good that happened. Helping out the local nationals out there, that always made shit amazing. Getting all that free food sometimes when you just need it.
All the kids, man. The kids are great.
I got offered a kid's teddy bear once. The kid ran up to me with his teddy bear to hand to me. It took everything I had not to take that home. But there was a lot of good stuff, and Anthony and I want to push and make sure that this goes well. And with that, Anthony, what comments, questions, complaints, gripes, gropes do you have as we're finishing up here?
Man, you pretty much said it all, man. It's exactly what we're about. I do want to talk to you afterwards about a guest I want to have on soon.
Yep.
He's a success story. He's got PTSD as well. He's in the local area over here in California, but I grew up with the guy. He's a Marine. He was in Fallujah, and man, that guy's he's an inspiration, man. He made a lot of good for himself. He had goals when he got out, and he completed his goals. And I'm gonna talk to him first, and then I'll throw his name out there. So
yeah,
let me talk to him first.
Yeah, and everybody, whoever watches this, if you're a vet, you want to be on here, let us know. We want to let other people on here. We want to get other people on here. We want to build that community. We want to get that brotherhood.
Yep.
If I got 100 people, all over the place on this screen, awesome. That's what we want. That's maybe one year. Maybe one year we can get everybody that helps get this channel involved over for a big old Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas or something, some kind of Christmas or Thanksgiving special. If you want to be on here, if you want to enjoy and have that brotherhood one-on-one again, even though you live somewhere else, let us know.
That's what live streaming is for.
Exactly. We got no problem welcoming people on here. We do try to keep it to 30 minutes just because YouTube likes to keep people's attention spans start falling after 30 minutes. So
mine does.
Oh, mine does too. So it's one of those things that anything larger than 30 minutes, I'm trying to keep it around that. But yeah, I mean, if any of you have comments, questions, gripes, complaints, gropes, things that can make this channel work, let us know in the comments below. You can let us know on the Facebook post when we share this kind of stuff. Anything you want that can better the channel, let us know. If there's ways that you feel like you can better the channel, hop on in. It's not that difficult. We're such a no-name load, high-speed low drag channel. We're gonna let anybody that wants to hop on and share their stories hop right on. It's what the purpose of the channel is, guys. So, and that's how it's gonna be from 1 subscriber on up to 1 million. It doesn't matter how many people we got on here. If you want to share your story will be heard. I promise you that. So, with that, Anthony, it's been a pleasure as always. Um, we've hit our 30-minute mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off.
All right.
Start doing some editing. Again, thanks to Raise Energy and Rep Sports for always providing me the energy to do these. Uh, they've got a protein shake. They've got these energy drinks that are 0 sugar, 0 calories. Every single one of them tastes bomb. And then use code 12B Combat GMR for 15% off. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for coming.
Reach out and text or call the veteran.
Yes, call about a buddy. Call
Text
about a
them,
buddy.
email them, check on them.
Let everybody know you love them.
Yep.
Peace out,
All
guys.
right, guys.